Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 2! The Pride Lands is finally finished, thank fuckity goodness. But now it is time for us to return to Hollow Bastion, where it appears that, they need us over there. So let's take a little Gami spaceship and travel to the world of Gami? Or rather, Hollow Bastion. Once, it was known by another name, but we shall never know.
Wait a sec. I thought everything was supposed to be under control here.
Haywire!
Must be Organization 13 again. We better go see Leon.
By the way, I'm not too sure about the chronology of this, but I believe it's entirely possible to actually do this after you've finished the main story of the game, so, interesting. Wow, Cloud, you're a fucking prick. I hate you already. Sora, enough of this. Stop talking to him. Beat your father to death. Yes, Gordon, you must beat Daddy Cloud. This is why you prefer Daddy Sid, your adoptive daddy. He did not teach you to be emo. He instead teaches you to chew a toothpick instead of a cigarette. And be significantly less harsh than his Final Fantasy VII incarnation. Yeah, but yeah, Cloud's dealio we'll get to a little bit later, even though we've already seen Sephiroth, so, fucking no guts, no glory, really. But again, we got bigger fish to fry because now the town's defense system has gone haywire! Yes, it seems that we're due for another visit to Tron's world. And, it's in more ways than one, actually, because what's this? The computer code! The Heartless, they're out of the system! So yeah, now it's pretty much up to us to find out what the hell's going on and basically be tech support. Something that I'm sure Sora is completely adept at doing since he grew up on an island, completely bereft of technology and is so technologically inept he doesn't even know how to utilize his phone. Which I mean, neither do I, to be perfectly honest, but, you know, I'm still somewhat technically literate. I think. Yeah, but yeah, basically, and most of the Hollow Bastion Restoration Committee have basically been hiding inside Merlin's house. And in the meantime, Sid's basically been tapping away on his computer. Merlin is pissed that they don't use magic like all good Disney characters should. And basically, this is all related to the Master Control program that, well, Ansem installed inside the Hollow Bastion OS. So yes, indeedy, it seems we're going to be getting some more Tron elements within the Troniverse. Dude. Yes, the muckup. Anyway, now it's time for dialogue cutscene go now. Also some badassery from Squall, which I like quite a bit.
He went on over to Ansem's study to find out what all the ruckus was about. Turns out the MCP is using the data in that computer to crank out Heartless. The MCP's been messing around with the town's control system, too.
That MCP sure doesn't know when to quit, does it?
Yeah, you're right about that, Yuffie. It just doesn't know when to quit. Maybe it's because computers don't have hearts. But I can't just look inside, can I? Does Tron have a heart? Can the machine know why you cry? Does it know how to write symphonies, paint a portrait? Can you? Oh, dearie me. All these ethical questions about robotics and puppets makes me think of Exion, or Zion, or something beginning with Ion, a number I. But yeah, the main bread and butter of this part is pretty much just going to be go across Hollow Bastion, finding the Heartless, and getting to the computer to enter the Tron world, and all of that you'll pretty much be seeing next part in a very beefy thing where I must acquire more delicious tangents because I've kind of been winging it for the past couple of parts, and that simply will not do. But again, the main reason why you're pretty much going to be going through all this is, again, apart from the fact that, well, again, getting more usage out of little more form, first of all, is that the town's defense system will actually start hurting you now. I don't think it does a lot of damage. I think the only thing it really does is just launch you up into the air, the same thing as it did for the enemies, so it comes across as more of an annoyance more than anything that would legitimately kill you, but yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of an irritating gimmick that's just sort of stapled onto go to place and do a thing. And I mean, I suppose if nothing else, like, I mean, while it probably doesn't accurately represent the Tron movie, it does at the very least tie itself into the Kingdom Hearts mythos, at least in regards to Hollow Bastion, relatively well. In terms of what Ansem had done to adapt the Master Control program, you know, Tron himself, and basically everything to set up his kingdom to be as technologically advanced as it could be. And I'm really not utilizing the magical abilities of Wisdom Form as I should, because again, by this point, yeah, your magical abilities are giving quite the buff and power, so what's my fucking damage, really? Yeah, nothing really. Well, I mean, I guess I do use the magnet, so that counts as something. I do think it would have been quite nice if they possibly did one of the things that Kingdom Hearts 3 did for Wisdom Form, where, like, maybe would have gotten, like, the Gar levels of spells, which, again, in Kingdom Hearts 3, you can actually build up your magical spells to specific levels, and again, if you have a high enough level of magic, you can access the next level of magic in that tier, like, again, like, say if you use Faraga, like, 3 times, by the time you build up that meter enough, then you can get, Faraza, which is a more powerful fire ability, so, I don't know. Again, something I probably didn't think of back then, but, I don't know, it would have been quite cool to use. I mean, I suppose to Birth by Sleep's credits, again, the one good thing about the command building system is that, again, you can make some of the dicier and more powerful Final Fantasy spells that you don't usually get to see in Kingdom Hearts. Like, I mean, it's nothing to the same degree as, like, Ultima or anything, but again, you do get stuff like Mega Flare or, you know, Tornado and Time Splasher and stuff like that, so you do at least get a little bit more to play with in terms of magical spells, but I don't know, would have been cool to see Sora get to use some of them. Which, I mean, does make me wonder, like, I mean, because, I mean, Ultima and stuff like stops that are things in Kingdom Hearts that, you know, characters like Mickey and Xehanort tend to use, so I'm quite curious if maybe we'll ever actually get to use them, like, in-game, like, either as, like, a, you know, final, oh no, I have to use my ultimate power kind of attack, or just, you know, anything else, really. Anyway, that's enough saving there. We'll go to the Cavern of Remembrance much later. Because, yeah, I believe after this world, we're going to be getting to the cleanup parts of the video. Anyway, since we have a skateboard on hand, let's extreme, dude! Skip all the enemies, because we've pretty much done enough fighting and violence that people hate. So let's get out of here. Trailed by those particle balls. Ooh, that was close. But anyway, what are Squall and Aerith gonna talk to us about this time, apart from the obvious? Oh no! You might be thinking this is leading to a battle, but no, pretty much. Again, we're just gonna access a computer and we're pretty much there to find Tron, but again, since we have access to the lower areas, we can also use that to access treasure chests and puzzle pieces. And I believe also this is where you wind up getting my favourite Keyblade in the entire series. Or at least my favourite Keyblade to use in this game. Actually, no, would it be my favourite in the series? Whatever. The point is, this is where we get Squall's Keyblade, or at least the keychain that allows us to use his themed Keyblade. Squall, you sexist bastard. Oh no! Looks like we gotta enter the Matrilax and find Tron. Objectives updated. So yeah, just access the computer and that's pretty much all she wrote. So yeah, I mean, again, I guess maybe to give the Tron level around this time, well, for the second visit, a lot more credit than I would say the Pridelands or Nightmare Before Elm Street. Yeah, you do actually get to explore some new areas with Tron, so again, you are doing a few new things, really, so again, that's part of why I saved the best for last. Well, I mean, okay, we do still have, you know, Atlantica to finish off, but that's more of a gimmick world, but again, I do still think we end the second world visits on the best note, and again, if there is anything else I can say about the second world visits, well, again, you've seen an example, the Pridelands, and how it can be done rather shoddily, but at the same time, though, from a gameplay perspective, I don't know, I think that all works rather nicely when it's done well, particularly when you're visiting new areas, or at least have something more meaningful in terms of context to deal with, or at least some fun interactions, like, you know, Belle elbowing Zoldan in the chest, or you know, Captain Jack getting a Keyblade, so yeah, can be done well, would be interesting to possibly see it again if handled a little bit better, and if I can make one other remark, I get the impression that Tetsuya Nomura was watching Attack of the Clones while making this game, because, yeah, doesn't this kind of remind everybody of the cloning facility on Camino? Well, I mean, again, I know they're meant to be, generators with, you know, hearts experimented to become the emblem heartless that Xehanort was experimenting with, but yes, indeedy. The Clone Saga. Dun 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 dun. But anyway, apart from that, the Keyblade we got from Squall, the Sleeping Lion. Quite possibly my favourite Keyblade in the series. And, I don't know, I just really love the way it looks. I don't know, it feels very much like Squall's design, but again, just Keybladeified. I mean, it lacks the Gunblade's functionality, but I don't know, it just, it looks damaging, but at the same time it's also very noble and regal. Very fitting of Richard the Lionheart, that is to say, the squality of the Leonheart. And, whatever else, really. But anyway, now it's time for more item management. The game. And, while we get ourselves a little bit more pimped out for our adventures in the Matrix, we can just, I don't know, shoot the shit. So, how are ya? What are you doing? Yes, but again, I suppose to sort of reiterate anything else, what this room was previously used for. Again, if you remember the Ansem reports in Kingdom Hearts 1, this was primarily where Ansem, I should say, Xehanort, was basically conducting his experiments, and again, a lot of the Heartless that he artificially created through means of extrapolating people's hearts, again, he marks with an emblem. Which is, again, just disseminating between purebred Heartless who don't have the emblem, and, well, again, the artificial Heartless that are created here. So, yeah, the infusion of Heartless, or at the very least the emblem variety that we're seeing all throughout the series, came from here. Although, I mean, they do show up much later on, so I suppose it's possible that Xehanort also has other facilities elsewhere, either in the world that never was, or perhaps in, worlds much more distant than this. And even in that case, that also comes to account for going forward. Are we going to be seeing more pure-blood Heartless, or just, you know, emblem Heartless created instead by the Master of Masters, or Lushu, or whatever future series thing that you have no idea what the fuck I'm rambling about, but I'm just panning for time, really. So, on that note, I am Solidus-Skully. Keep it within the confines of the musical genre nu metal. And, next time we're visiting Tron. Catch you dudes and dudettes next time, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.